very important conversation to have that comes out of those considerations is religious background. What is your faith component of your life? You want to look at what is, so you wrote this down in the beginning. What is your religious orientation? One of you might be atheist, one of you might be Catholic, one of you might be Muslim, the other one might be agnostic, right? Where are you? Or maybe you're both the same, would be a really ideal place to be, because the reality is it'd just be easier if you're both at the same place. If you're not at the same place, you just have a lot more conversation to have around the faith component and around religious orientation. And so where are you? Where's your fiance? And then how observant are you in your faith? I think that's a big one that you want to have conversation, because as it relates to your growing family and having children, what faith background will you choose to raise your children in? Again, this might be a deal breaker for some of you, just like character is, or just like how many children you might want to have, or whether or not you want to have children. Faith, it could be another deal breaker in your relationship. So it's very important to talk about, especially if you want to make sure that you raise your kids in your particular faith or religious orientation, faith background. So have that conversation. Where are we gonna raise our children in? And then how observant are we gonna be? Are we gonna attend a mass or church or synagogue? Are we to the mosque? Are we gonna go there every single week? Are we gonna be active participants? Are we going to be observant? Make sure that you have conversations about that. But also too, what happens if one of you becomes more observant than the other in that faith background later on when you're married? This happens a lot. A growing sense of faith, a growing sense of religious affiliation tends to happen as we age. That's just the reality. What's going to happen if that happens? If one person becomes more observant later than another? Have conversation around it. How are you going to fight for one another in that? How are you going to make sure that you're championing one another in one another's faith backgrounds and how observant we are?